I would like people to learn from this and to think this is a good thing and to walk away from this video understanding more from the bird and from an animal perspective instead of what I call a stupid human. I'm not calling Jake a stupid human, although he is kind of a stupid human for what happened. But
hey everybody, stupid human here. I mean, shirtless Jake here. Today we're going to kind of talk about what happened between Carl and I. I was out in the pasture kind of feeding, and then, well, a little incident happened, and well, I'm about to show y'all exactly what happened, and then we're going to kind of dive into every single part of it. Rick diagnosed it all for us, so now we can kind of understand Carl a little bit better. We're all really proud of Carl. You know, he stepped up, he's protecting the pasture, and that's all we could ever ask for with him. So a lot of lessons to be learned in this one, so let's get to it.
look, I love this freaking bird. This bird is a great little herd protector and leader. He would be, if this was a herd of horses, he would be the stallion and lead horse. This is his world, it's his herd, and if he doesn't know what's going on, and he didn't give you the okay, and you didn't communicate and clear it with him, and he doesn't know that you guys are working together, then he's going to protect his herd. I see this as a huge asset for this bird protecting these animals.
So I'm just going to say that Rick nailed it in that clip. Carl is a protector. Carl's here to protect. Whenever we brought him here to the sanctuary, he took over the role of leader, herd protector. Okay, so everybody looks up to Carl, well, literally does too, looks up to Carl. He's the biggest, obviously, and he adopted everyone. They're his babies now, which is good, which is really good. That's exactly what we need Carl for. You know, if there's a predator out here, we want something that's going to be able to, you know, not just alert, but to also help in the situation. So Carl, that's a good job, buddy. That's a good job. See, we're okay. Let's dance together, Carl. This is good.
Now, so many people are going to see this as this bird is dangerous and mean, and he tried to kill him. He didn't try to kill him at all. He simply said, hey, you came into my pasture without my permission. You didn't get my authority. You didn't communicate with me, and you're not paying attention. Jake has no clue that this bird is coming. I'm thinking maybe he knew and ignored him, but I don't think that's true. I don't think he has a freaking clue. When did he get the clue? About right here.
You know, every day you come out here and you do the same thing over and over and over and over. You get in the same routine. You know, every day you come out here, you bring the littles over here, Carl comes, you go around, you shut the gate. You know, it's just an everyday thing. Kind of like, you know, let's see, like put on your shoes in the morning. Whenever you put on your shoes, you wake up, you put on your socks, you put on your shoe, you tie it, and you leave. But let me ask you, do you ever grab your shoe, put on your socks, check inside of your shoe to make sure there's not, you know, a spider or something in there, or a snake curled up in there to make sure it's not going to bite you? No, you don't. You know, things get to be a routine, and you just get so used to doing the same thing over and over, everything else just leaves your mind. So whenever you get out here and you're, oh my gosh, whenever you get out here and you're just doing like your normal chores every day, same old routine, you don't really think about the different things that could happen on a daily basis. So yeah, I wasn't paying attention at all. And Carl, usually, you know, he'll like hiss or something whenever he's angry or trying to figure out something. But no, he ran right up behind me, silent, wrapped around me. Like it felt like his wings just like wrapped me up, just like wrapped all the way around me. And then he started, you know, hissing. And that is the exact moment that I knew I gotta run. I gotta run fast. I didn't turn around, nothing. I just, whoosh, there we go. I'm pretty sure bolts of lightning were flashing out of the bottom of my shoes. So, you know, if Carl really wanted to hurt me, he would have very easily. So it's kind of like, I'll give like an example. You think if a coyote is hunting a rabbit out in the wild, do you think that that coyote is gonna sneak up on the rabbit and then growl at him to tell him, hey, I'm here? No. that coyote's gonna run up, snatch the rabbit, boom, he's got a meal. He's not gonna warn you per se. If they want to get you, they'll get you. Just like Carl could have done, but he didn't. He just stepped up and asserted that, hey, this is my pasture. You know, these are my babies, and I need to know what you're doing over here. And he made that point very clear. Very, very clear.
Who thinks Jake is not going to pay attention in the pasture from now on? Raise your hand if you think Jake's going to run around with sunglasses and just be in La La Land when he's out there feeding in Carl's pasture. Sorry, Jake. This is a good learning lesson for people to pay attention. I always tell you, animals teach great lessons, and horses teach great lessons, and Carl is teaching great lessons.
So Carl really did teach a good lesson out here, and that's to always be aware of your surroundings. Always know what everyone's doing, what's going on behind you, around you, to the left of you, right of you. So I always know where Carl is. I always keep eyes on Carl. So if you know where the babies are, you know that Carl's not going to be far behind, because he is their protector. So maybe he comes in behind so he can stand back, scout the area a little bit more, make sure there's no threats going on. Copper, quit being a bully. So whenever I'm out here now, I'm always looking around, scanning. So it's kind of like whenever I'm in the woods, okay? So in the woods, I'm always going to be looking behind me, listening, noticing sounds, just to make sure that, you know, nothing's going to sneak up behind me and, well, take me out, essentially. So it's just about like trying to adapt that mindset to here in this pasture and trying to just be more aware of what's going on. Come on, Carl. So now that he's stood back there and got a good view of all of his babies, making sure everyone's here, look at him inspecting. He's walking, scanning left, scanning right, looking at Annie, Ernie, making sure that they're not alerting to anything. Right now they're pretty relaxed, just getting a drink of water over there. But I think, you know, it's honestly so cool how he does that. Like, the more you pay attention and the more you learn and discover about the way that he's actually behaving and why he's doing what he's doing, it makes everything a lot easier for us because we know how to work with that now.
Pay attention, and he rammed him. He didn't try to kick him. He didn't try to de-gut him like everybody says. He didn't peck at him. He didn't jump on him on the ground. He didn't try to stomp on him. Watch his behavior. Again, frame by frame, after Carl knocks him down and says, "Hey, dude, you're ignoring me. Pay attention. These are my herd. These are my animals. Pay attention to me." The bird does not continue the attack.
So I didn't want to show an ostrich attack on my video. If y'all want to look that up, that's something y'all can do. I just didn't want to be the one to show you. But ostriches, if they're attacking and an animal goes down on the ground, I mean, it's over. They're going to stomp them. They're going to charge them. They're going to step on them over and over and over. And then that's going to be that. Carl obviously didn't do any of those things. He bumped into me, let me know he was there. He stood tall, stood strong, and that was that. You know, he didn't continue to pursue me after he had shoved me across the yard. But like, hey, my pasture. You don't belong here. These are my babies.
It backs up a little bit. Jake looks. The bird threatens Jake. But did the pig see it as he was threatening him? And the pig goes in, but he doesn't necessarily attack him. Is he going for food? Or is he's not really attacking the bird. He just kind of invades his space a little bit. And Carl turns away. So, we can see this a lot of ways. Did the pig take Carl's threat to him and said, "You don't push me," and move in? Did the pig see that Jake was in trouble?
You know, I'll tell y'all my honest opinion. I honestly and truly believe that Copper was protecting me. The second that I hit the ground and stumbled, and Copper looked up at Carl, he went after him. I mean, I think that Copper knows. You know, we have a special bond. So I think he's seen his daddy in trouble, and he went after that big bad bird that was trying to get me. Good job, Copper. Good job, Copper. I rescue you, you rescue me. That's the even trade-off. Whoa, hold on. Let me zoom out so we can see you. Goodness gracious. Yes, you rescue me and I rescue you. That's why we're the perfect pair. That's why we're the perfect pair. Oh my goodness gracious. Copper, copper, copper. Yeah, so I didn't realize initially, like in the initial incident or whatever, that Copper went after Carl after that happened. My camera actually sat out there and played and just watched them eat animal crackers for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. That's how long it took for Carl to kind of move on and for me to be able to sprint over here and grab my tripod and everything. But you know, it's kind of a blessing that we caught it on camera. That way we were able to sit and decipher and send it over to Rick so Rick could kind of help us out, figure out what's going on. So this is not usually like my style of video, but this is so educational and something that I think that we all need to learn and realize, and something that we could all maybe now be more informed to pitch in and help out with Carl.
Look, you want to come here and hate on me? Come here and hate on me. Don't be going over to Jake and telling me he's stupid and he's an idiot and he deserves what he got. Look, there's no really bad person here. This is just a situation in my book. Humans have the responsibility to be smarter and be aware. And Jake dropped his guard. And now Jake has a huge lesson that Carl gave to him free of charge, that, dude, you've always got to beware of your surroundings. You always have to beware of the unexpected. Don't drop your guard and get comfortable, because things can happen.
Well, that's pretty much that. You can't drop your guard ever. I mean, Carl can drop it low, but you can't drop your guard. That's the moral of the story. Drop it low, but don't drop your guard. You always got to be aware of everything going on. And this is going to help me for so many years. You know, I mean, now this lesson's kind of engraved in my head, and it's kind of weird that it took an ostrich to teach it to me. But everywhere I go, you know, the store, public, at home, in the woods, on the farm, just always got to be aware of your surroundings. You never know what could happen at any moment in time. I'm going to play a video now of a little reenactment I did to kind of show everybody the normal course of a day, what normally happens in this situation, and then we can compare it to how different it was on that day. Alright, so we're going to recreate the situation that happened yesterday. So here we go. We're over here in the same part of the field, the gate's back there, and let's see what normally happens. Okay, you ready? Littles! So look, everyone's running. This is normal. This is normal, okay? I know for a fact, I know where Carl is, so I don't gotta worry about that. I don't gotta worry about that. Woo. Okay. Alright, so check this out. All the littles are here. Annie, Ernie. But who's nowhere to be found, you know? Carl is nowhere in the picture. And this is how it happens every day. Littles! See, they're all here. So I'm just screaming littles now to try to get Carl's attention. So usually whenever all the babies run up here, Carl will follow. But Carl just happens to get over here a lot slower than everybody. Okay, here he comes. Here he comes now. Look, he never moves quick to get over here on any normal day. Usually, and this time he walked around the gate good. Usually he walks to that corner right there where the gate swings, and he gets stuck in that little corner. And that also takes him a minute or two to figure out how to get around it. And usually he'll wait for like Donkey Dan to walk around and he'll follow. But today he's got it down. But look, not once did he sprint. He sees me right here. He's walking. He's kind of picking up speed a little, maybe. So the first thing he's going to do over the crackers is come to me. Lester's throwing out more crackers for us. Let's see. So the first thing he did was check me out. He wants to know what I'm doing here. And now he wants to dance. I don't know if that's like maybe it's like a victory dance or something. I don't know why So first he comes up like, I don't want to say aggressive, but like trying to figure out what's going on, what you're doing here. And then after he establishes, I guess, that you're not a threat, now he wants to mate or dance. So that's how different one day can be to the next, just in the way an animal would act. And also, like today, I was aware of when he was coming, where he was at the entire time. I knew where all the other littles were. And whenever you're watching, you know, in that video, it took, I think the video is like 35 seconds long, and that's how long it took for Carl to get to me. But today you seen it took 3 minutes, you know. So I mean, that's a big difference. And even after started recording, so it probably really took like 4.5, 5 minutes for him to get over here. And you can see he wasn't aggressive. He checked me out, made sure I wasn't a threat to him or all the babies out here. And now he could care less. He's just gonna go around, eat his food. Everybody's good. Oh my God! You know, it's like as soon as I start, the geese start. We're all really proud of Carl. You know, me, Lester, Jamie, L.E., you know, we have found out now that Carl is here to, you know, protect these babies. He's literally taken them all under his wing, every single one of them, and he protects them all as if they were his own. So that makes us feel good that he's patrolling this pasture and, you know, will really stick up for these babies and literally fight for their lives. So we're all really proud of Carl right now. Carl taught us so many things from this video. I'm glad Rick was able to help us out and kind of give us some input and kind of decipher his behavior a little bit for us. So, all right, guys, I hope y'all learned as much as we did. We'll see y'all in the next one. Brindley, get us out of here.
Like and subscribe. Bye, guys. Have a great day.